Okay, folks, and we're back again. And as I said before in the last video, if you haven't watched the part one, please go back and watch part one. It's very vital that you do, because for those of you that hadn't, attentional humans of Earth, we currently have a foothold situation, and all of you are blind to it. So be careful. And as I said, as I'm saying, look to the sky. Don't bother looking at the skies anymore, folks. Look to their eyes, because they're already here. So yeah, and as I was saying, it's our heads that are going to be on the chopping block, folks. It's sort of, here we are. We've got the Royals. We've even got old Alex Jones. I reckon Alex Jones is their PR man, and this is their eyes. Like, that was a pic I got off the web. There's Mark, he's the Facebook man. Now that's a contact lens. Notice you can see the eye underneath, and you can see black ring around it. That is a contact. That Eurythmics, I don't know. That was a poster. I don't know how they got in there. But yeah, look at their eyes, folks. These people are real. Mariah Carey, yeah, alien. What's her name? Alien. They're all aliens. You type in slit eye pizza. I tell you now, pause the video, jump on Google, type in slit eye people. You will only get politicians, media, sportsmen, royalty. You won't get anybody else, because bang, you can type in slit eyed people, slit eyed politicians. You're only going to get those people. Check this Sheila's eyes out while she's talking. They change colour while she's talking. They no longer give a damn about us, because they must think that there's too many. See, they're controlling us by making the law, like, because they're in government, and they're making laws telling us we can't have this, we can't have that. You've got to have this done, you've got to have that done. And yeah, so they're making all the anti-terrorism laws, and I think they're actually worried that people are going to find out that they're not human. And now this message is to every serviceman out there that is still human. Look at your superior's eyes. Question their orders. If you see eyes like this, question their orders immediately. And those Americans that refuse to follow on these grounds, you've got every foreign, domestic, and alien. There's a reason why you took those oaths, folks, and that's to protect mankind, not just our countries, mankind. And this is where man, and I mean man, forget about country. Countries are run by these bloody assholes. They run our businesses, they run everything. Forget about countries. Let's talk human, right? In Australia, right, our Centrelink is now called Human Services. Human Services. Why did they call it Human Services? In an X-ray place, I could actually show you a picture I took with the X-ray place today. It says uniquely human. Why are they saying uniquely human? Because they don't go there; they go somewhere else. And that's the thing, folks. It's sort of, we are put through so much crap. Now, that's not a contact lens, folks. They seriously are among us, and they've been here for a long time, folks. Long before 1939, they succeeded. They managed to get footholds in every government, I'd say, by 1939. That's a contact lens. You can see the eye underneath. And the thing is, folks, the foothold is where you get your foot in the door. They've got their foot in the door, and they're already getting amongst us. God, I know. Yeah, I can't. Oh, yeah, teacher. I know a security guard. I've met a real estate person. I've met a person in a pie shop, and I'm unbelievable how don't believe. God, I can't count. I don't believe how many there are, because I can't even count the ones that I meet in everyday life. Just saying hi, how are you? You look at their eyes and you can't bloody take your eyes off. And like, I get people staring at me, checking my eyes out, and I say, yeah, I know what you're looking at, and they just instantly die a shock. It's sort of, and the Bible tells you to be Eyes are the windows to the soul. And as you can see, the reason why I've got to make 2 videos is there's so many bloody pictures of these mongrels dating back to German times. These wars are for no other reason but to kill us off. That's what the wars are for. They get humans to fight humans to kill each other so they can put more of them in here. So this one is to every armed serviceman out here. If you see slit eyes, question the order, for God's sake, because they're sending you to die for them for no other reason but to kill you off. And the other side, if you're listening as well, do the same. Question your orders. If your superiors have eyes like this, question your orders. And this is to every human police officer that, hopefully we've still got some human police out there. I know 2, family. Sort of, look to the eyes. And for God's sake, start questioning, who are we really following here? They're in business. They've gotten into us through business, and they're so-called writing all our laws. They've made it harder for us to get things on the market. They're making it so that we can't get anywhere, that we're stuck in poverty and everything like that. And trust me, I've got an invention worth shitloads of money. I can't get it on the market. Cannot get it on the market. And, did you see that side eyelid slide across at the same time that the eyelid blinked there? They've got another eyelid as well. They've got 2 eyelids. Yeah, there it is again. That's it. So she's got an extra eyelid as well as the pupils blink. And the thing is, folks, we are in deep shit. If you don't start standing up, and I tell you now, if you army guys don't start questioning orders, we're in a lot of trouble, folks. We're in a lot of trouble because they're already fucking here, and you need to start waking up. The army knows what foothold means. And I'm serious, I'm telling the army to stand up and start taking notice. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm not inciting violence. I'm just telling you to question it. And I reckon every single politician should sit before a jury of people that can prove they're human and make sure that this person is human. And these people should become public and should make themselves publicly known. They should not be in office. They should not be running our governments. It's that if people knew that they've been running our governments, and this is why that little 12-year-old girl in America found out that pretty much nearly every president is related to Queen Elizabeth. Shock, shock. Yeah, they all come from the same bloody planet. Like I tell you now, you see a slit-eyed person, ask them, what planet are they from? There should be a worldwide T-shirt. What planet are you from? And ask them sarcastically. And sort of, the more of us that question them, they're going to have to turn around and either admit that they're here and become a true part of society. Like, I got nothing against, like, if they had come and asked us, yeah, I wouldn't have had a problem. If they were seriously in trouble, yeah, who wouldn't deny a race of people that was dying off that needed the space? But if they're here to conquer us, which is what they've done, and notice their contacts, you can see the eye underneath, right? They're here and they're doing it covertly. That's bad. Anything done covertly means that they mean harm to us. Eye underneath, that's a contact lens, folks. Yeah, they sort of made sure that there's contact lenses out there, the same as their eyes, so that people can say, oh, they're just contacts. Get us to wear them and say, oh, they're contacts. Why? Because they don't want to be discovered. And I can tell you now, these aren't contacts, folks. They're not medical defects. These are their eyes. See the eye underneath, folks? You can see it clear as a bell. You can see it. And that's a contact lens. That's not a contact lens. That's his natural eyes. And there's a picture in here, like when we get up to the Queen's video, you're going to get a bit of a shock. You're going to see the front of her teeth now. Yeah, there's Mrs. Bush. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, and you've only got to look at them. They're all got the same eyes, folks. Some of them, they're not afraid to even show their tongues. And it's amazing. We really have a foothold situation, folks, and you've got to start waking up. You must Wake up, Earth. Wake up before it's too friggin' late. Teach your kids to look out for these people and report back to you who they are, where they are. You need to know where these aliens are. And trust me, they come through and they check on everybody, and they're the ones that most probably put the bloody implant in between my two frontal lobes. Most probably to keep track of me. But the thing is, these are really out there, folks. And I mean, they're really, truly out there. They're trying to wipe us out by any means possible. The Georgia Guidestones, I'd say that's who put it there, was these guys. These are the Illuminati. These are the Illuminati, folks. And the thing is, it's sort of, you're going to find out that this is what's really going on. And I'm going to tell you now, get these photos, go to Google, look them up yourself, show your friends, show your family, tell them they need to looking at these eyes, and they're going to start until you start waking up. And the more people you tell, but make sure if they've got slit eyes, ask them what. Don't hesitate. Just ask them what bloody planet they come from, because we know, and they need to know that we know. And the thing is, it's sort of like none of this shit that. The thing is, we have a right to run our own planet. They have invaded our world, and they have covertly, and just because they've been here for a long period of time, doesn't mean they have a right to take over our planet, folks. Oh, yeah, they're giving us technology, they're giving us TV, they're giving us games. The reason why they've given us all this technology, they want you sitting down watching videos. They want you sitting down watching TV. They want you sitting down playing games. Why? Because the less that we're not paying attention to them means the more that they can do, the better foothold they can get. They are deliberately distracting mankind. Deliberately, folks. And the thing is, we have a right to run our own planet. And these people need to know. And yeah, okay, as I said, it's just thing. And I reckon that we need to start standing up, and we need to start asking politicians. If you're at a politician giving a speech, yell out and ask him what planet he's bloody from. We see your eyes, mate. We know who you are. Tell them. Make a point. And the more of us that say this, and I tell you now, get groups of you and say it, and make sure that people know. Yeah, I notice I included a Photoshop of eyes. And notice you can tell the difference between a Photoshop. You can tell. That's a cat. Right? And the thing is, Alex Jones, yeah. I thought Alex Jones was one of us. But, yeah, they've got to have PR agents as well. Yeah, Mrs. Bush, yeah, slit eyes. They've all got the same eyes, folks. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. That's their eye. It's not a birth defect. They'll tell you it's a birth defect, but there's too bloody many of them. And how come they're... Oh, that's contacts, by the way. How come they're all politicians? How come they're all big business owners? How come they're all movie stars? How come they're sports stars, security guards, they're in the police, they're in senior military positions? This is why all these military guys are being sacked under Obama, because they're human contacts. You can actually still see part of the eye underneath. And yeah, notice how you can see the difference between the two, because that's overlaying everything. That's not. That's actually in their eyes. That's actually a news story. The whole way through that news story, that was her eyes. And you can tell, folks. Start looking at the eyes. Forget about the bloody skies. They're already here. They want you looking at the skies because they don't want you looking at their eyes. Look directly at them. Make them know that you're looking at their eyes. They don't give a shit, really. They think that we can't do nothing about it. But we outnumber them. We outnumber them, and it's sort of, they're going to have to eventually say, okay, look, we're here. Can you please let us stay here? God, for God's sake, like, so many people would love that situation where there are other beings from other worlds and everything like that. So many people out there would like that sort of information, like to mix with them. We're not a bad race, and they know it, and they've taken advantage of us, folks, and that's not right. That is not right. Mankind is a great race. And until people start standing up and realizing mankind is a great race. And I'll tell you now, folks, go and get the YouTube downloader and download this video, put it on your computer and show people, because I don't know how long it's gonna be. Download it onto your phone, save it wherever you can save it. Don't copy it. Yeah, okay, I believe in copyright. But the thing is, make your own video about it. The images are out there, folks. These videos are out there. Make your own videos about it. Right? Chop out, as long as you don't follow my sequence, chop out all the videos. Bloody put your own words to it, folks, because I tell you now, more people need to know. Spread the word. They're here. They're already here. The movie, like even that Stone Cold Steve Austin, the wrestler that was the star of the show, they or whatever. I can't think of the name of it. But the thing is, it's sort of, he said before he died that it was more a documentary than anything, and they were using some kind of Stargate to get here, i.e., it wasn't CERN, but they did have a smaller one. They may have come here in smaller numbers, and they may have built CERN to get bigger numbers here. And this is most probably why we're seeing a lot of them popping up left, right, and centre. And I mean they're popping up left, right, and centre. I've seen so many friends lose jobs. And I can tell you now, one of those friends worked in one of these places, and where I've seen one, and that was i.e. the security guard I'm talking about. He got kicked out. Bang! One of these guys are in there. They're everywhere, folks. They're in every single race, and this is what I mean. They're most probably, I don't know, they could use our genes to clone us, because there's talk of abductees being like samples being taken, DNA being taken. They could be clones. God knows. Like, you look at all those time travel pictures, they could actually be real, because these guys might not die off. They just disappear or get killed. Like, look at Michael Jackson. I bet we see him in 100 years. He'll be back. Elvis will be back. All of them will be back as a different personality. Because you look at all the time travel videos, and I'm going to put another video, I'm making another video, and I'm including those into this video. Because all these assholes look exactly the same as those pictures. God, it's amazing how much they look like those pictures. And come to think of it, I think I might actually put them on the bloody thing. It's sort of, but the thing is, it's sort of, you've got to realise, guys, and you've got to wake up to yourselves. And this is me going through the slit. I typed in slit-eyed people, and this is what I got. And the only ones where it looked to be a normal human, they're imitating Chinese eyes. They're trying to pull their eyes back. But nearly every single slit-eyed person I got from this site, and you just click on one, you get about 6 images up on the thing on Google, and you just copy the ones from there. And that's all this, pretty much that's how I got every image, is doing what I'm currently doing here. Go and scanning the images, and I click on one, and this is me just going through them and finding all the different ones. They got different people in there, but they didn't have split eyes. As I said, they're the ones that do. You'll see occasionally, you'll see a picture where they're pulling their eyes to the sides, trying to make themselves look Chinese. And the thing is, folks, but the whole point is, right? They, that's it. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. They are here illegally. They're illegal immigrants. We didn't give them permission to come here. Right? The government might have, but the governments might have been sucked in, done out, gotten rid of by JFK and all that. Hitler was supposed to have shaken hands with one of them. But the thing is, Hitler might have even been one of them, because this has been going on. The Illuminati's been going on for some time. And it said the Bible was written back in the medieval times. How do you know that? And it said that we had advanced technology in the past. How do you know that they don't do this on a regular basis? They could do this deliberately on a regular basis, come in, wipe us out, live here for a while, use the technology, let us build up again. And there's talk that they use us for meat as well. But the thing is, it's sort of, there's talk that they use us for breeding. And let's just say a few of my abduction experiences, yeah, I've even had those. I call them dreams. But the thing is, it's sort of like, and some of these people that have these slit eyes, I know for a fact they're very nice people. But they could be just sitting there pretending that they're nice and everything like that. This is most probably why we need so much housing commission, because we've been pushed into these bloody situations. And the thing is, it's sort of, there's so many bright people out there that I know no longer have jobs. None of them have jobs. They've all lost their jobs. They can't get work anymore. Why? Because they're bringing their own people in. You know that new law, right, where people can bring in people from overseas and everything. They're not coming from overseas, folks. That's the thing. They're not coming from overseas. The ones coming to Australia, they're not coming from overseas. They're coming from somewhere else. And that's the thing. It's sort of where there's plenty of UFO evidence in the past and everything like that, the Roswell crash. And you'll know something. I'm beginning to think that some of them, yeah, definitely are real. But they've also used them to the advantage, and that's why they say, oh, there's no such thing as aliens. Well, guess what? Aliens, we know you're there. Number two, you'd have to be a half-wit not to believe in aliens, because we cannot be the only people on this universe. We're not dumb. You may think we are, but I can guarantee you we are not dumb. We are here, and we know that you are here. And this is not your planet. You're trying to make it look like it's your planet. And there's too much evidence now to show that you guys are actually really, truly here. And when you walk and talk to people, there's too many of us out there now for us not to notice that you're here. And just because you're here, don't think that we don't know about it. So what? You got better technology. In the past, David killed Goliath with a simple stone. Remember that? And the thing is, it's sort of like, all we want to do, we just want you to admit that you're here. Stop trying to scare us with all these false flags. We know they're false flags. We know you destroyed the Twin Towers. Right? Well, now we know who it is, because all the people that are associated with the conspiracy theory of the Twin Towers, you're all in these pictures. Every single one of you are in these pictures. So stop all the bullshit. Admit you're here. Admit it. Because I can tell you now, the nuffers are going to start standing up and saying, look, if you want to be a politician, you prove you're human or admit your race. And I'm saying it, yeah, admit your race, because I can tell you now, you don't belong here. You've come here, you've taken over our world, and you think you're getting away with it, and you're using entertainment to cover it up. But guess what? We're smarter than you thought we were. And we are smart enough to know that something is wrong. We're seeing it all the time. There's too much evidence out there. You've pulled, like, look at Obama. Obama is the biggest joke of the lot, signing all these orders and everything. Like, I reckon up until Obama, we might have had some humans in power, and you've kicked them out because they wouldn't follow the rules. And the thing is, it's sort of, you can't keep on with this shit. This is what that guy, the security guard's eyes looked like the other night. Bloodshot, and he couldn't hold it. And the thing is, folks, we know you're there. We know there's people out there, some of you might have disowned them, or they might have been criminals in your society. They're coming forth admitting that they are aliens, like that Sheila back there. She admits she's an alien, shapeshifts for the press. Shapeshifts for the press. And the thing is, we know you are here. We know what you are. So what? You look like us, but you're not us. And trust me, we know. And we're going to start standing up, and people are going to start standing up and start questioning you. So what? You're in a position of power. Whoopee. Right? You don't belong here. This is Earth. Earth belongs to mankind. Humankind. This is not your world. Go away. Right? You've done it covertly. You don't belong here. For God's sake, look at the Queen Mother's teeth. They're not human. So many actors. Check out their crowns. Check out this Sheila's badge. Right? Check out this Sheila's badge. Star of David, Masonic cross on her belt. Works for the Queen. Their symbols. They all do the symbol of what's Baham or whatever his name is. All right? You may be what God called a demon race that would deceive man. Well, guess what? You can't deceive man anymore. Your time's up. Go away. We know about you. Leave. And I'll tell you now, mankind is going to start waking up to you, and mankind's going to start doing something. And we are going to make you come out of your shell. We are going to make you, what's the word? Come out of the closet. Admit who you are. Tell us you're here. Admit it. Okay, you're an alien race. Do it the right way. Have you ever thought of that? Because humans, if you've ever seen how many Trekkies there are, you'd know that humans would accept. But you wouldn't have as much. Fair enough, yeah, you wouldn't get as much power. That's what you don't want. You want all the power. You think that you can push us around. Well, you can't. We are mankind. We are a race of smart people. This is our planet. And as you can see by that photo, they've been here for a while. And the thing is, look at yous. We can see you. The technology you gave us has exposed you. And time's up. Tick-tock. The clock's going to stop. As the Bible says, God's coming back. You last all of half an hour when God comes back. And yeah, you know he exists. Because you all worship Satan is one of his. And I can tell you now, the shit's going to hit the fan. It's sort of when God comes back. Like, yeah, we've got to wait for God. Yeah, we'll wait for God. But the thing is, you don't belong here. Too many people know that you're here, and you are going through all this shit, all these false flags and everything, because you know your time's up. That's the thing. So you're not even afraid. You stick your tongues out and show off that you aren't human. You're giving yourselves away. It's sort of, you think that we're too dumb to notice, too scared to do anything about it. Well, that's where you made the mistake with mankind. Mankind will stand up and mankind will say, enough is enough. Goodbye. You've done it the wrong way. You didn't come to us. Now look at the Pope. Look at his eyes. He doesn't even hide this fact. And guess what, folks? You'll most probably see a lot of people, when they raise their eyebrows, they look like that. And their eyebrows go up like that. And guess what? They'll have slit eyes. And they'll either have crowns on their teeth or they'll have sharp teeth. And this guy doesn't even worry about it because he's pretty much thinks that we don't notice this sort of shit and everything, and just gone into the stage where they don't really give a shit anymore. And for all we know, that could be the devil. And the thing is, it's sort of, he gives the devil sign. And watch his eyebrows. You watch, they're real. And you'll see that they're real when he's talking. You'll see them come up. And he goes to open his eye right up, and those bloody things go up. And I tell you now, he wouldn't put it on to make himself look like that. That's a real video, folks. It's a real press story. They're really his eyebrows. Look at the shape of his nose. It doesn't even look human. And for God's sake, everybody says, oh, Pope Benedict resigned. I think he was too scared to stay there, folks. And the thing is, and I think this is why, they've decided all of a sudden to take power. And all of a sudden there's been a big, and this is why, as I said in the other video, why they have all these G8s and G20 meetings. And they've got their foot in the pie everywhere. And this is what God predicted, that was all going to happen, because he most probably knows that this is their apparendum or motive on every world they go to. They try and pull this shit off. But the thing is, folks, look at them. Look at their eyes. And trust me, you start looking at people's eyes, you're going to get a shit shock, because you're going to start seeing what I've been seeing over the last 2 weeks. I only become aware of it 2 weeks ago, and I am seeing this shit. I am seeing these eyes. They're everywhere. everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Make sure that you really trust a person before you give them too much detail. Look at them, folks. Look at them. Look at the eyes. That's a contact lens. Look at it. You can tell that's a contact lens. You can see the eye under it. Look at that. That's not a contact lens, folks. That's a real eye. That's a real eye. You can see that extra eyelid coming over from the side. And look at the eyes. They've got slits in them, folks. That's not human. For God's sake, people, wake up before it's too late. They've already taken over. They are here. Stop voting for them. If you don't vote for them, they can't get in. Did you ever think of that? We vote them into power. Stop voting for them. What are they going to do? They're going to have to declare themselves then, because if we don't vote for them, what are they going to do? If humans don't go to the voting polls, what are they going to do? They're going to be screwed. That is most probably going to be the most effective way to defeat them. America, I'm telling you this right now. No one go and vote. If you are human, don't vote. Don't go to the polls. Refuse to vote. Stand up and protest outside saying you will not vote for reptilians. And show everybody, stick them on your phones, have this video going on your phones, or get the photos on your phones and show people that these aren't really human people. They are not human. They don't belong here. Don't vote for them. Not voting, how are they going to get in power? If we don't vote for them, what are they going to do? They're going to be screwed. And just because they think, now, I put this video here for a reason, right? This is one of their eyes, right? And they can actually make them do it. And some of them have got slits and everything on them. And you can sort of see the shape of it and everything like that. There's a bit more to this bit here, but I'm actually going to cut it out. They don't have a round pupil like us, right? They have the slit. And I mean, they've got a slit coming down. I'll grab a black pen in a minute. I'll draw on that and sort of start to see it. But yeah, that's our eyelid. But look at theirs. It's not round, folks. It's not round. For God's sake, wake up, people, before it's too late and we're in deep shit. Because if you don't wake up now, folks, you could be the next one gone. I could be the next one gone. Anybody could be the next one gone. And remember what I said, folks. Don't look at the skies. Look at their eyes, because they're here. Remember, poltergeist? They're here. Little tip. Stop watching television. Start opening your eyes, folks. Get on the net. Start communicating with other humans. Because I tell you now, get the word out. Tell every family member to look at people's eyes. And then you'll start talking to each other. The more people that know about it, the better the folks. Tell everybody. Guess what? This video has now just become the next big thing on the net, because everybody needs to know.